What's up, guys? It's me, Josh, again. I'm here to review Batman v Superman, the Ultimate Extended Edition cut that was released last Monday officially. Now, this film has been talked about for the last, still going on, okay? I will say this, that the theatrical cut of this film really underwhelmed me. I was just completely disappointed with this film. However, I didn't think it was atrocious or I hated it. I understood why people loved it. I also understood why people didn't like it at all. It was a fucking hot mess of a movie. It really was. Now, the OCD in me thought that the theatrical cut, the editing, was so bothersome that at times you just kind of have to be like, all right, I need a restroom break because this entire movie is irritating me on how choppy it is and how strange and awkward it is, and it doesn't flow right. It doesn't feel like a movie, and there's all this stuff going on, but you don't know why and how and all this stuff. The Africa stuff, what's that about, right? Well, in this version, they have things that fill out character details, story points, all those things. For example, the very first action sequence, okay, of Batman v Superman was Superman's introduction in Africa. We really didn't get much of it except him landing violently down and then saving Lois's life. And then we cut to the Senate and there's some lady talking about the incident in Africa, and we're like, wait a minute, well, what's going on here? We're lost. And then from that point on, in the beginning of the movie, you're completely lost throughout the rest of the picture because the beginning sets up the tone. It sets up the story. And if there is no tone and there is no story and they took it out, then how are you supposed to even care about the characters or the situation? Well, in this extended cut, you totally see why. Okay, there is at least, I want to say, 7 minutes of awesome action and suspense that happens that they took out. Look, there's a horseback riding scene that was in the trailer that I was always curious about, and I'm like, where does that come in? Is that the future stuff, of Batman and all that? Absolutely not, because when you saw the theatrical cut, there was no horseback riding scene. You're like, what is this? Well, it's the CIA, and they were in Africa, and they're chasing down this drone that they're totally against going into because there is casualties there. And so Superman comes in, saves the day, won't spoil it for those who want to actually watch it, saves the day, and then we see what we originally saw that actually makes sense now, okay? And what that does is that it sets up the tone, it sets up the story, and you understand what's going on. You understand why people are hating on Superman. You understand why there is concern over him doing things on his own, acting alone, you know what I'm saying? So there's more at stake, okay? And Lex Luthor's plans, even though it's still there in the film, you can't replace a bad script, okay? And that's what this movie suffers first and foremost, is that it doesn't really have a great script, okay? However, the intentions, the motives behind Lex's, whole thing, it's not really clear as day, but the fact that he was the puppet master behind everything, and the deleted scenes kind of show those moments, they kind of, show why or how Lex is kind of controlling everything. He knew who Batman was. He knew who Clark Kent was. And so that kind of amplifies the scene more when he's actually talking to Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent and they meet each other and he's making that joke saying, wow, you definitely shouldn't pick a fight with this person. He knows everything. He totally is just puppeteering everyone. And I thought that was interesting. The lady who accused Superman of murdering her family and all those things, they're safe and they're well and all those things, and Lex hired her to lie to make it seem like Superman was the one who burned down that village, who killed all those people. And in the theatrical cut, you kind of got the sense that maybe that's what they were trying to say, and you don't know. And that's not how you're supposed to feel when you watch a movie for the first time. You're supposed to understand the story, you're supposed to follow the characters, and actually care about them and go, oh, okay, I know what the situation is. A goes to B, goes to C. And that's what this extended cut does for you. Now, Clark Kent in this film does his own investigating for the Batman. Okay, Perry White tells him to go cover the game from Gotham versus Metropolis. However, he goes to Gotham, so he kind of investigates on who this Batman character is and why he's doing what he's doing. The only problem that I have with that still, even in this cut, is script issues, okay? Why doesn't Clark Kent, why isn't he aware if Gotham City is clearly across Metropolis? You could see Gotham City. How do you not know who Batman is? How do you not know if there was a vigilante who wore a bat suit? You know what I'm saying? Those things, How did Lois Lane know about the kryptonite. Those are script issues that I can kind of forgive because there is more good now that outweighs the bad for this version. And I gotta say, if you really want to sit somebody down to watch this movie, show them the extended cut. Yes, it's 3 hours, it's 30 more minutes. You're sitting there probably going, why would I watch 30 more minutes of a piece of crap film? Because they had to re-edit the movie. And I truly believe that this is the cut that they had sitting on the shelves ready for a release, but when the Warner executive said, can we take down 30 minutes? They said, we want to take this out, take this out, take that out. They had to take the film that they originally had and recut it to the best of their ability with a short amount of time because they had to promote the hell out of this thing, show a screening of it to people, and all those things. Man, they had so much faith in this movie that it totally backfired due to the fact that possibly it's because it's a script issue or the scenes that were taken out of the film, they really didn't mesh well with what they had already and all those things, and just a number of problems with this film, all right? It wasn't one issue, okay? And this movie severely suffered critically. However, financially, not so much, but it could have made more money if you think about it, if the script would have been awesome, if the movie would have been a little bit shorter and you didn't need so much setup and you would have crafted things right, then this movie could have made so much more money. It could have beaten Civil War. I mean, this is Batman and Superman on the silver screen for the first time, and it was very underwhelming. Now, I won't spoil all the deleted scenes, but I will say this, is this a total night and day version of the movie? Not really. It is the same thing. However, you have just more things filled out for you to understand. And the movie, it just flows better because those important scenes are already in the movie. You didn't need to recut or restructure or anything. It actually feels like a movie. It does feel a little shorter than the theatrical cut, and it's funny because this movie is 3 hours long. The theatrical cut was like 2:45 or something like that. Why does this feel shorter? Because it actually feels like a movie. And that's the whole point, is because you actually care about what's going on. You care about what Clark Kent is doing. You care about what Bruce Wayne's motives are. You understand more. And this movie is rated R. Should it be rated R? In my opinion, not really. There's one F-bomb, one very silent F-bomb if you put the captions on, but you can't really hear it. It's not like he went, okay, or anything like that. But there's one F-bomb, and there's a couple of violent scenes. However, there's one scene that you can kind of question. That Batman throws a box in someone's head. In the theatrical cut, you don't see any blood. In this version, you see blood, but it's not so crazy and gory and in your face, or like Scanners, someone blowing up their head or anything like that. No, it could still be PG-13 in my eyes in today's age. However, I'm not the guy who's in control of the whole rating system, okay? So I'm going to give this version of Batman v Superman, the Ultimate Edition, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it slightly more than the theatrical cut. Is it still the same film to me personally? Yes, it is. It's just more detailed, and it just flows better. And the ending, my God, the ending in the theatrical cut was horrendously cut together. This version, just a little bit better. Just a little bit better. The OCD in me doesn't go crazy or makes me want to just turn away and whatnot. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. I will watch this version for however long, whatever. I am going to get this version because this is the version that I've at least wanted to see the first time I went to see this movie. I wasn't expecting anything great because then I'd be severely disappointed. I was expecting something that's at least good. And this version is at least good, if not so much better than the theatrical cut. Don't watch the theatrical cut. Watch this version if you've not seen this movie. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will be back with more movie reviews like this, trailer reviews and reactions, Star Wars talk, and more, guys. Thank you so much once again. Hit the like button if you like this video. Even if you didn't like this video, hit the like button anyway because it's kind of cool to do. But anyways, guys, thanks so much. Hit the subscribe button as well because, it's right under there, So, yeah. Anyways, I will be back. But until then, I'm out. Peace.